Ladies, today we embark on an educational journey, a journey into understanding the timeless qualities that make a woman truly unforgettable and deeply desired. This is not about changing who you are, it is about enhancing the beauty, strength, and grace you already possess. Let's explore the key pillars that will elevate your feminine presence to a level that naturally captivates the finest masculine energy. Feminine energy is one of the most magnetic forces in human connection, yet in today's fast-paced and competitive world, its importance is often misunderstood or overlooked. To truly become the woman every man desires, it is essential to cultivate this subtle but powerful energy in a conscious and authentic way. Feminine energy is not about performing a role or pretending to be someone you are not. Rather, it is about reconnecting with your natural essence and allowing it to shine in your everyday life. At the heart of feminine energy lies receptivity. Unlike the masculine, which tends to be assertive and goal-driven, the feminine thrives in openness, fluidity, and presence. A woman deeply connected to her feminine energy knows how to receive, whether it is a compliment, a gift, an opportunity, or love itself. She does not feel the need to prove her worth through constant action or struggle. Instead, she trusts in her inherent value. This act of receiving creates space for masculine energy to flow towards her, fostering a dynamic of balance and mutual admiration. Another defining quality of feminine energy is emotional expressiveness. Modern culture often praises stoicism and emotional suppression, but true feminine power lies in the ability to feel deeply and express those feelings with grace and authenticity. This does not mean emotional outbursts or instability. Rather, it means being attuned to your own emotional landscape and allowing emotions to move through you in a healthy, embodied way. A woman who can be vulnerable without losing her composure demonstrates immense strength and invites deeper emotional connections with those around her. Flow and adaptability are also key components of feminine energy. Life is ever-changing, and a woman who can move with its rhythms rather than against them embodies a rare and enchanting resilience. This doesn't suggest passivity or lack of ambition. It reflects an intuitive understanding that sometimes the most powerful action is patience, surrender, and the ability to adapt gracefully to new circumstances. Men are naturally drawn to women who exhibit this serene strength because it complements their drive for structure and control with a refreshing sense of fluidity and emotional safety. To cultivate feminine energy, attention to physicality is essential as well. The feminine is deeply embodied. It lives in movement, touch, and sensation. Small daily practices such as dancing, stretching, mindful walking, or simply feeling your breath and heartbeat can awaken a deeper connection to your body. When you are fully present in your body, you exude a grounded confidence that is both alluring and soothing to others. Sensuality, the ability to take pleasure in the simple experiences of life, like savoring a delicious meal, enjoying beautiful music, or appreciating textures and colors, naturally enhances your feminine glow. Nurturing qualities also play a pivotal role. Feminine energy often expresses itself through caring, empathy, and the ability to create comfort and beauty in the world. This nurturing does not mean losing yourself in serving others. Rather, it involves bringing warmth, kindness, and emotional support to your relationships without neglecting your own needs. A woman who radiates nurturing energy makes others feel seen, valued, and appreciated, an experience that is profoundly attractive on a deep, often unconscious level. Equally important is embracing softness without sacrificing strength. Feminine softness is not weakness, it is a courageous openness that allows you to remain tender even in a harsh world. It is the strength to forgive, to empathize, and to love generously. Cultivating this softness requires letting go of the defensive armor that modern life sometimes encourages women to wear. It requires trusting that vulnerability is not something to be ashamed of, but rather a gift that deepens connections and fosters genuine intimacy. Balance, of course, is essential. True feminine energy is not chaotic or needy. It is contained within the framework of self-respect and personal dignity. A woman anchored in her feminine energy knows how to set boundaries with grace. She does not overextend herself to win affection, nor does she allow herself to be treated poorly. Her boundaries are not walls but gates, welcoming to those who respect her and closed to those who do not. This dynamic creates a sense of mystery and challenge that naturally intrigues men and earns their respect. Spirituality often intertwines with feminine energy as well. Many women find that connecting to a sense of something greater than themselves, whether through meditation, prayer, time in nature, or creative expression, nourishes their feminine spirit. When you feel connected to a deeper source of love and beauty, you radiate an energy that is profoundly magnetic and uplifting. This spiritual dimension adds richness and depth to your presence, making you not just physically appealing, but also emotionally and spiritually irresistible. In cultivating feminine energy, it is also essential to embrace joy and playfulness. The feminine is not rigid or overly serious. It is lively, curious, and full of wonder. A woman who can laugh easily, who delights in small pleasures, and who brings lightness into her interactions adds a vital spark to her relationships. Playfulness disarms tension, invites spontaneity, and builds a sense of closeness that is irreplaceable. Authenticity is the golden thread that ties all these qualities together. Cultivating feminine energy does not mean adhering to a fixed set of rules or suppressing parts of yourself that don't seem feminine enough. True feminine energy is as diverse as the women who embody it. It can be fierce and gentle, quiet and vibrant, bold and tender. It is about knowing yourself, honoring your truth, and expressing your essence without apology. When you are authentic, your unique brand of femininity shines through, and it is this authenticity that ultimately captures the hearts and minds of others. In conclusion, cultivating feminine energy is a profound, transformative process. It is about reconnecting to the parts of yourself that are intuitive, receptive, nurturing, joyful, and magnetic. It requires conscious attention, daily practice, and a willingness to be both soft and strong. When you fully embrace your feminine essence, you do not have to chase or persuade anyone to value you. You naturally draw admiration, love, and deep connection into your life. Feminine energy is not only the foundation of desirability, it is the secret to living a richer, more beautiful, and fulfilling life. Personal presentation is one of the most powerful, nonverbal ways to communicate who you are to the world. Long before you speak a word, others have formed impressions based on your appearance, your demeanor, and the way you carry yourself. Mastering your personal presentation is not about vanity or superficiality. Rather, it is a respectful acknowledgement that the outside often reflects the inside. It is a way of honoring yourself and inviting others to do the same. The first and most visible aspect of personal presentation is grooming. A woman who pays careful attention to her grooming radiates a message of self-respect and dignity. Healthy, well-maintained hair, clean and moisturized skin, fresh breath, and neatly cared. For nails are simple yet profound ways to present yourself in the best light. These small, daily acts of self-care show that you value yourself enough to invest in your appearance, and they send a clear signal to others that you expect to be treated with the same care and respect you offer yourself. Beyond grooming, the choice of clothing plays an essential role in crafting a lasting impression. Fashion should be viewed as a language, a subtle and elegant form of self, expression that communicates your values, your tastes, and your sense of identity. Rather than following fleeting trends, focus on developing a timeless, classic wardrobe that enhances your natural beauty and suits your lifestyle. Well-fitted dresses, structured blazers, elegant blouses, tailored pants, and refined accessories create a polished, sophisticated look that transcends time and fashion cycles. Neutral tones, quality fabrics, and simple yet elegant designs allow your natural beauty and personality to shine through, rather than being overshadowed by the clothes themselves. Equally important is the awareness of modesty and appropriateness. True elegance is never loud or provocative. It draws attention in a softer, more dignified way. Wearing clothing that fits properly, choosing cuts that flatter without revealing too much, and selecting colors and styles that complement your complexion and body type are the marks of a woman who understands the power of suggestion over overt display. Men are often more intrigued by what is suggested rather than what is overly exposed. A woman who presents herself with grace and refinement stimulates admiration, curiosity, and deep respect. Body language is another crucial component of personal presentation. Posture, facial expressions, and gestures often speak louder than words. Standing tall with shoulders relaxed and an open, inviting stance conveys confidence and approachability. A genuine smile can light up your face and make you instantly more attractive to those around you. Making appropriate eye contact shows attentiveness and sincerity, while gentle, deliberate movements reflect poise and thoughtfulness. Avoid fidgeting, slouching, or aggressive gestures, as they diminish your aura of elegance and self-possession. Movement, too, is an extension of your personal presentation. A woman who moves with grace, whether walking across a room, sitting at a table, or simply reaching for her glass, commands attention without demanding it. Graceful movement suggests self-awareness, control, and inner peace. Simple practices such as walking mindfully, practicing good posture, and taking the time to move with intention rather than haste can significantly elevate the way you are perceived by others. Another subtle but powerful element of personal presentation is scent. A delicate, pleasant fragrance can leave a lingering, memorable impression. Choosing a signature scent, something soft, feminine, and appropriate for different occasions, can become an integral part of your presence. However, restraint is key. Fragrance should invite someone closer, not announce your arrival from across the room. A subtle hint of perfume can become part of your personal signature, leaving a lasting emotional imprint in the minds of those you encounter. The tone and quality of your voice also play a vital role in personal presentation. A calm, melodic voice is far more attractive and soothing than a loud or shrill tone. Speaking clearly, at a moderate pace, and with a measured cadence conveys confidence and attentiveness. Practicing articulate speech and avoiding slang or overly casual language in formal settings enhances your aura of refinement. The words you choose, the way you modulate your voice, and your ability to listen thoughtfully all contribute to the impression you make. Attention to detail is another hallmark of a woman who has mastered her personal presentation. This includes ensuring that your shoes are clean and polished, your handbag is in good condition, your jewelry is tasteful and minimal, and your makeup, if worn, is applied skillfully to enhance rather than mask your natural features. These seemingly small details accumulate to create a powerful overall impression of sophistication and self-respect. Personal presentation is not static. It adapts to different environments and occasions. Being appropriately dressed and groomed for the context, whether it is a formal event, a casual outing, a business meeting, or a social gathering, demonstrates social awareness and respect for the setting and for those around you. It shows that you are attuned to the nuances of different situations and that you understand the silent codes of behavior that govern elegant social interaction. Confidence is the invisible thread that weaves through every aspect of personal presentation. Confidence does not mean arrogance or dominance. It means quiet assurance in your worth and your right to occupy space. When you are confident in how you present yourself, you no longer seek external validation. You simply embody your own dignity. This kind of confidence is magnetic. It invites admiration without effort and creates a strong foundation for deeper and more meaningful relationships. In essence, mastering personal presentation is a profound act of self-love. It is not about impressing others, but about honoring yourself. It reflects an understanding that the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. When you invest time and care into your appearance, demeanor, and presence, you are sending a clear message. You are a woman of value, and you expect to be recognized and respected as such. Ultimately, the goal is not perfection, but authenticity polished by intentional care. True beauty and elegance come from a harmonious alignment between your inner and outer selves. When your personal presentation authentically reflects who you are, when it is crafted with thoughtfulness, grace, and respect, you become a living embodiment of timeless feminine allure. Mastering personal presentation is not simply a skill. It is an ongoing, joyful practice of becoming the most radiant, captivating version of yourself. Developing high-value traits is one of the most important foundations for becoming the kind of woman who naturally attracts genuine admiration and lasting affection. High-value traits are not about status, wealth, or social clout. They are deeply internal qualities that define your character, your emotional maturity, and the way you move through life. A woman with high-value traits stands out not because she demands attention, but because her energy commands quiet respect and admiration without needing to seek it. At the core of high-value traits lies self-confidence. True confidence is not loud or boastful. It is calm, rooted, and unshakable. It comes from knowing your own worth, independent of external validation. A woman who carries herself with self-confidence does not shrink in the face of challenges, nor does she need constant reassurance from others. She trusts herself, her decisions, and her value. This kind of inner certainty makes her deeply attractive to others because it signals emotional security, a rare and precious quality in a world often driven by insecurity and comparison. Self-respect is closely tied to confidence and is equally vital. A high-value woman has clear personal boundaries and upholds them with grace and strength. She does not allow others to treat her poorly, nor does she sacrifice her values to gain approval. She understands that love, friendship, and respect must be mutual. They are not rewards for overextending herself or tolerating disrespect. When a woman knows how to say no with kindness and stand firm with dignity, she commands deep respect from those around her, often without having to say very much at all. Emotional maturity is another defining high-value trait. Life will inevitably present difficulties, disappointments, and frustrations. A woman with emotional maturity handles these moments with poise and resilience. She does not react impulsively or lash out when things do not go her way. Instead, she feels her emotions, processes them thoughtfully, and responds with measured wisdom. She understands that emotions are a natural part of the human experience and does not fear them, nor is she controlled by them. This balance allows her to be both sensitive and strong, a combination that is profoundly compelling. Another essential high-value trait is independence. Not just financial or professional independence, but emotional and intellectual independence as well. A woman who has her own passions, interests, and goals leads a rich, fulfilling life, whether she is in a relationship or not. She does not rely on a man or anyone else to complete her or give her life meaning. This does not mean she rejects companionship or intimacy. Rather, she brings a full, vibrant self into her relationships, enhancing them rather than leaning on them for identity or purpose. Men are naturally drawn to women who have something uniquely their own to offer, a passion, a dream, a vision, and who inspire others simply by living authentically and fully. Curiosity and a commitment to lifelong learning also characterize a hive value woman. She understands that growth does not stop at a certain age or life milestone. She remains open to new ideas, willing to expand her mind and refine her character. Whether through reading, travel, engaging conversations, or new experiences, she constantly enriches her inner world. This intellectual vitality keeps her interesting and dynamic, qualities that sustain deep, meaningful connections over time. Kindness and compassion are often underestimated, but are perhaps among the most magnetic hive value traits. A woman who treats others with genuine kindness, not out of a need for approval, but because it reflects her character, radiates a warmth that naturally draws people to her. She listens thoughtfully, speaks with respect, and uplifts those around her without seeking anything in return. Her kindness does not mean she allows herself to be exploited. Rather, it is a strength, a deliberate choice to see the good in others and to offer grace where it is deserved. Grace under pressure is another rare and beautiful trait. Life is unpredictable, and a high-value woman demonstrates grace not only when things are going well, but especially when they are not. She does not gossip, complain excessively, or seek to tear others down when faced with adversity. Instead, she remains composed, finding solutions where possible and maintaining her dignity regardless of external circumstances. This grace inspires trust and admiration from those around her, particularly from high-quality men who seek partners capable of navigating life's complexities with poise. Optimism balanced with realism is another attractive hive-value trait. A woman who maintains hope, who believes in the good, and who approaches life with a spirit of possibility is deeply appealing. However, her optimism is not naive. It is grounded in a clear-eyed understanding of reality. She can see challenges for what they are, but chooses to focus on solutions rather than problems. This balanced approach makes her resilient, resourceful, and inspiring, qualities that naturally draw people who wish to share in her positive energy. One of the most compelling hive-value traits is authenticity. A woman who is authentic does not mold herself into what she thinks others want her to be. She knows who she is, embraces her strengths and flaws, and expresses herself with honesty and integrity. Authenticity creates trust. It allows people to feel safe around her because they know she is real. Men, in particular, value women who are genuine, who are not playing games or wearing masks, because authenticity lays the foundation for deep, lasting connection. Lastly, a high-value woman knows how to maintain her standards without arrogance. She does not feel the need to announce her worth or prove it to others. She quietly lives by her values, treats herself with care, and expects the same from those she allows into her life. She does not settle for less than she deserves, not because she is demanding or entitled, but because she understands that her time, energy, and heart are precious. This quiet, unwavering commitment to her standards ensures that those who come into her life are those who recognize, respect, and cherish her worth. In conclusion, developing hive-value traits is an inward journey of growth, self-respect, and emotional maturity. It is not something that can be faked or fast-tracked. It is cultivated over time through conscious choices, experiences, and a commitment to becoming the best version of oneself. A woman who embodies these traits does not chase attention or validation. She naturally attracts admiration, love, and loyalty. She becomes a beacon of strength, warmth, and inspiration. A woman who is not only desired, but deeply valued and remembered. Social intelligence is a vital yet often overlooked aspect of becoming the woman who leaves a lasting and powerful impression on others. It is the ability to understand social cues, navigate different environments gracefully, and build meaningful connections based on mutual understanding and respect. While beauty and charm may open doors, it is social intelligence that allows a woman to move effortlessly through varied social landscapes, winning admiration, trust, and affection along the way. At the heart of social intelligence lies the art of observation. A socially intelligent woman is attuned to her surroundings and to the people within them. She notices the mood of a room, the subtle shifts in body language, the tone behind spoken words. She listens not just with her ears, but with her eyes and her heart, sensing what is appropriate, what is needed, and how she can contribute positively to the atmosphere. This heightened awareness allows her to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, making her presence soothing and uplifting. Empathy is a cornerstone of true social intelligence. It is the ability to step outside of one's own perspective and genuinely understand what another person might be feeling. A woman with high empathy does not rush to judge, criticize, or impose her views. Instead, she seeks to understand, to connect, and to affirm. She listens deeply, giving others the gift of feeling heard and valued, which is one of the most magnetic experiences anyone can offer. This ability to empathize creates instant rapport and builds bridges across differences, making her welcome in diverse circles and respected by people from all walks of life. Another key component of social intelligence is adaptability. Different situations call for different behaviors, and a socially intelligent woman knows how to adjust her approach without compromising her authenticity. She understands that the lively banter suitable for a casual gathering is not the same tone required for a formal dinner or a professional event. She can be playful when the moment calls for lightness, serious when gravity is required, and supportive when someone needs comfort. This ability to move fluidly through various social settings with elegance and ease makes her presence not only pleasant but also deeply reassuring. Diplomacy is another skill that naturally develops from social intelligence. Not every situation will be smooth or harmonious, yet a socially intelligent woman handles conflicts or disagreements with tact and composure. She knows how to express her opinions firmly yet respectfully, avoiding unnecessary confrontations. She chooses her battles wisely, understanding that not every slight deserves a reaction, and that often silence or a graceful redirection speaks louder than words. In doing so, she preserves her dignity and often diffuses tension simply through her composed and balanced response. An important yet often neglected aspect of social intelligence is the mastery of conversational skills. A woman who is socially intelligent is a delightful conversationalist, not because she dominates conversations, but because she engages others in a way that makes them feel interesting and valued. She asks thoughtful questions, listens attentively to the answers, and shares her own insights in a manner that invites rather than overshadows further dialogue. She understands the subtle rhythms of conversation, when to speak, when to listen, when to encourage, and when to gracefully change the subject. This conversational finesse not only makes interactions enjoyable, but also creates deeper, more authentic connections. Social intelligence also includes an understanding of social hierarchies and unspoken rules. Every group, whether personal or professional, has its dynamics, and a socially intelligent woman observes and respects these without blindly conforming. She knows how to interact with people of different statuses with equal courtesy and warmth, neither overstepping boundaries nor appearing servile. Her respectful yet confident demeanor earns her admiration across all levels of society. She is the woman who knows how to make a guest feel welcome, a host feel appreciated, and a new acquaintance feel instantly at ease. Another mark of social intelligence is emotional self-regulation. In the flow of social interaction, emotions can be stirred, annoyance, excitement, anxiety, but a socially intelligent woman remains composed. She does not allow fleeting feelings to dictate her behavior. Instead, she understands that maintaining grace under social pressure is essential for preserving harmony and for commanding respect. Her calm presence acts as an anchor, encouraging others to rise to her level of poise and self-possession. Humor, used wisely, is another potent tool within social intelligence. A woman who can laugh lightly at herself, who can share a witty comment without mocking others, who can bring a smile to a serious conversation without diminishing its importance, wields a subtle but powerful influence. Humor, when used kindly and skillfully, disarms defensiveness, builds connection, and makes her company memorable and sought after. However, she understands that humor must be gentle, never at someone else's expense, and that timing is crucial. One of the most enchanting aspects of social intelligence is the ability to make others feel important. A socially intelligent woman knows how to give genuine compliments, how to recognize the contributions of others, and how to encourage people to reveal their best selves. She is generous with her attention, sincere in her praise, and careful not to flatter for selfish gain. Because her validation is real and thoughtfully given, it is rare and therefore precious. A woman with high social intelligence also masters the art of discretion. She understands the value of privacy, both her own and that of others. She does not gossip, reveal confidences, or speak ill of those who are not present. This discretion builds an aura of trustworthiness around her, making people feel safe in her presence. Over time, this quality earns her powerful allies and deep, enduring friendships. Ultimately, enhancing social intelligence is not about manipulation or superficial charm. It is about cultivating a genuine sensitivity to others, a flexible and respectful approach to diverse social situations, and a commitment to making others feel valued without losing one's own integrity. It requires self-awareness, empathy, good judgment, and emotional discipline. These qualities cannot be faked or hurried. They are developed through mindful practice, life experience, and a sincere desire to connect with others from a place of authenticity and kindness. In conclusion, enhancing social intelligence transforms a woman into a luminous presence, someone who moves with ease among people, who uplifts those she encounters, and who leaves behind a trail of admiration, respect, and affection. It is the invisible thread that weaves together all the external and internal elements of desirability, making her not only beautiful to behold but truly unforgettable to experience. In the journey of becoming the woman every man desires, the focus must never be on external validation or fleeting admiration. Rather, it is a profound inward transformation, an evolution that begins with embracing true femininity, mastering personal presentation, developing high-value traits, and enhancing social intelligence. These pillars are not tools of manipulation or strategies for superficial gain. They are the timeless foundations of a woman who deeply understands her own worth and radiates it effortlessly to the world. True feminine allure arises when a woman embraces her authentic nature with pride and grace. It is when she refines her personal presentation not to impress others, but to honor herself. It is when she cultivates traits that speak of emotional maturity, self-respect, and a passionate commitment to growth. And it is when she navigates her relationships and environments with empathy, tact, and a deep sensitivity to the needs of others. In doing so, she does not chase affection or admiration. She becomes a source of it. She does not need to demand loyalty and respect. She inspires it naturally through her presence. The woman every man desires is not one who conforms to a rigid ideal or who loses herself in the pursuit of approval. She is a woman who has found her own center, who lives with intention, elegance, and a deep-seated confidence that draws others to her like a magnet. Her beauty is not simply skin-deep, it is woven through her words, her actions, her energy, and her soul. She becomes unforgettable not because she tries to be, but because she is a radiant, captivating force moving through the world with purpose, authenticity, and quiet power. This transformation is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It is an ongoing commitment to yourself, to nurture your spirit, refine your character, and embrace the woman you are meant to be. And in doing so, you will not only attract love, admiration, and loyalty, you will inspire it, elevate it, and sustain it for a lifetime.